Hi there guys. Well, I finally managed to bring my camera out into the woods this time, and I'm going to do an overnighter. I'm going to try out my Lavvu, the Polish poncho, the double poncho, as a tent, because it's a beautiful, beautiful day, but it's going to be cold tonight, and I thought that would be a good test for it. And yeah, I'm going to explore and see how spring is arriving, and make some bannock bread, and who knows what else. Anyway, I hope you can join me. So the Lavvu is all set up and it's looking pretty cosy in there. So yeah, I'll see how I get on with it. There's no rain forecast tonight, it's just going to be cold. And in fact the temperature's dropped quite a bit already, so hence I've got my coat on. So I think it's definitely time to go and get some firewood. The woods that I'm in here are actually old oak plantations, so I'm lucky, there's a lot of oak. And in between the oak is coniferous trees, which have been planted to force the oak nice and straight, which is obviously the aim. But they haven't been harvested, this oak, so I guess that'll be sometime. Anyway, go and get some. I bought some silver birch bark with me. Birch bark is always, as we know, guaranteed good fire lighting. I'm just going to scrumple it up. See where we get to. I need to get this fire really nice and hot, loads and loads of hot embers to get the bannock cooking. So we'll have to come back to this in a while, once it's got some oak on it, which is burnt down, and, as it says, some hot coals. Well, the oak is really beginning to give off some heat now, but it's not quite there yet for the bannock, so what I am needing to do is make a cup of tea. So yeah, and also I'm going to be christening. This is the larger zebra pot. I've got the smaller one, I think. Which is this? This is the 12, or is it the 14? I think it's the 12. Anyway, I'm going to be christening it and get it nice and blackened. I'll do. Okay then, so we are pretty much ready to make some bannock. The fire's just doing really well. It's The oak is such a fantastic wood to burn with. Anyway, so what I brought with me is some sort of pre-mixed bannock, which is basically, it's quite a lot here actually. I mean, there's loads more than I need. But anyway, 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of powdered milk, and a bit of salt. And that is literally it. I'm going to put some in here. Oh, you can add kind of anything to it, like raisins or, you know, fruits or whatever. I'm actually going to add some garlic leaves, which I found earlier, but I'll show you those in a minute. So I'm going to make a little hole like that. And I'm going to add some water. And this is the messy bit. I'm just going to do it the slow way, the slow, less messy way. I'm just going to stir that in. It's going to start to go gloopy. I'm going to add a bit more. And basically I'm just making a dough. Just trying to spill it everywhere. It's getting quite dough-like now. It's a little bit wet, so I'm just going to add a bit more flour to it, and then I can use my hands and make a shape with it. Well, sort of getting it into a right shape to put in the pot. Before I get my hands into this mixture, which is there now really, ready to put in the pot, I'm going to add some garlic. I should have actually added this a bit earlier, but I forgot. Anyway, this is what I picked earlier. There's some very young garlic, which hasn't got flowers yet. And there's quite a lot of it in the woods here, but you just have to be careful because it hasn't got flowers. It's harder to identify. It does get mixed up with possibly bluebells, which can sometimes grow amongst it, so, and also snowdrops, so you just have to be careful. Anyway, these are some leaves, so I'm just going to break them really small. This is an experiment really, because I haven't really used these leaves like this, but you never know. I just like the idea of garlicky bannock. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to use my hands now and get in there. So I'm going to put the dough in here, which is the top of the zebra tin, the kind of frying pan bit. But I need to coat it with some oil or with something so that the dough doesn't stick. And I'm going to use today, which I love this stuff, I use it so much at home. This is virgin coconut oil, cold pressed. It's brilliant stuff. You can use it for so many things. You can use it for insect bites, you can use it for moisturiser, lips, you know, lip seal stuff, loads of things. And it literally lasts forever. I mean, it's got like 4 or 5 year lifespan in it, and I've never known it go rancid. Anyway, it's hard now because it's pretty chilly outside. So what I'm going to do is, with my knife, is take a bit out, which is going to be interesting. So what I'll do is I'll quickly melt it on the fire, which will take all of 10 seconds. So now all I'm going to do is just add the dough to the pot, squish it down a bit. I haven't really made that much today, but it's only me. So just squish it down, and then what I'm going to do is cook it, resting it so that it faces the fire, and let it cook slowly. Oh, it's very hot here. And I'm just going to rest that with a stick behind and let it do its thing. Now, being the absolute carnivore that I am, I am going to have with my bannock 2 pieces of venison. It's a lot, but I haven't eaten all day, so yeah, that's my excuse. So I'm literally going to cut these and then just literally slice them in half so that they're thinner, and then cook them on this grill over the fire. I'm not going to do anything more elaborate than that. And by the time they're cooked, the bannock will be cooked and I will be famished. And don't worry folks, I will attempt to wash my hands after this. That's it, great big hunks of meat. Now here's the bannock. It may look burnt to you, but actually in reality it's not as black as it looks. And we break it. You should never cut a bannock because it's bad luck. But look at that. Delicious. So I'm going to put some of that on my plate, for sure. Bon appetit, guys. You know, the bannock does have a definite garlic hint to it. So that idea worked, which is great. Excuse my fingers. The venison is perfect. Well guys, I'm well fed, well watered, time for bed. It's around freezing now, so yeah. I'll put some more wood on the fire and that'll keep going overnight hopefully. Anyway, night night. Well, good morning guys. It was a good night, a bit chilly. My sleeping bag is not great actually, and I've had it for too long now. I think I need to upgrade it a bit. But I have to say, I mean, although it was cold outside, it was definitely quite a few degrees warmer in the tent. And yeah, I really like it, this tent. I mean, it's being canvas, there's no condensation, and it's definitely warmer. Obviously it is pretty heavy, so I ain't going to be carrying it on backpacking, but it's great for the woodland. Anyway, it's a beautiful morning. The sun is coming up through the trees, I can see. It's looking beautiful, and I need to get this fire going and have a cup of tea and get myself packed up. So onward and upward. So guys, time has come to pack up. I've had such a good time, as always, and I hope you have too. I hope you've enjoyed sharing my experience of being out here. Spring is just about here. It's kind of just beginning to happen. So it's a great time to be out. And anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you subscribe, thank you so much for subscribing, and see you soon. Bye for now.